Okay guys, in today's video we have some more PlayStation news and information. We're going to be taking a little bit of time here to go over and discuss. The first thing we are going to highlight is PlayStation's 25th anniversary. It's happening tomorrow, and we also know that the PlayStation Award show is happening tomorrow, and it will be live streamed, and it will be in English. Now this is different from the way Sony has done it in the past. As far as I know, this is the first time they're doing it this way. And this could potentially be because they have some announcements, maybe big announcements, maybe small announcements, maybe no announcements at all. But something I think we can all safely assume is that this is going to be a big deal for Sony. I mean, it's their 25th anniversary for PlayStation. That's a big deal. That's a huge milestone. It's a big deal for PlayStation fans. And so on PlayStation's official blog post, Jim Ryan actually had some stuff to say. He didn't reveal anything major. He was basically just talking about PlayStation's history, how he's been here since the beginning, and he's seen it grow, and he's, obviously very happy to see how the PlayStation community continues to grow. And it makes it sound as though they're going to be spending the rest of this week kind of celebrating this. And with that celebration, the big question that fans have is, are we going to get any big announcements? Is there going to be anything major? Well, I came across an interesting article from Push Square that hints at maybe, just maybe, us getting some more PlayStation 5 news and information, and if not that, maybe something out of Sony Japan Studio. Now, this information comes from an apparent magazine, a Japanese magazine called Dengenki PlayStation, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, where they are actually going to be covering and focusing on PlayStation's 25th anniversary in this issue. And we know that at the very least there is going to be a big feature that has multiple interviews with Sony Japan Studio. So maybe that is hinting that we will be getting some news from Sony Japan Studio, maybe a new game announcement. It's hard to say, that is pure speculation, but it says here that there could potentially be new details on the PlayStation 5 as well. Now that is also purely speculative, but I want to discuss this because we honestly need to ask ourselves, realistically speaking, should we expect anything on the PlayStation 5 during this 25th anniversary celebration? Well, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. A part of me thinks that, well, Sony's already talked about the PS5 twice, I believe, so far this year, and both times, and this is where you really have to pay attention. This is kind of what makes me think the other 50% is, yeah, they could see them talking about the PS5, is the way they've talked about it all year long is in very subtle ways, but they've announced crucial and just big info that you wouldn't expect them to through like news articles, right? Through blog posts. This is how Sony has handled talking about the PlayStation 5 and next generation in general all year. They didn't have these big events, and it seems as though they're not, again, really hyping up this PlayStation Awards show too much. So maybe there's a chance that within this magazine or within another blog post, they will announce something relating to the PlayStation 5. Now, what could it be that they announce that they haven't already talked about or that we already know they're going to be saving for next year? Well, this is where the announcement of full backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 5 could actually come into play. Now, I do not want to get anybody overly excited. Do not expect anything major from PlayStation tomorrow during this awards show or during this 25th anniversary celebration. It's best you just temper your expectations. But a part of me can't help but think about what this celebration is all about. It's about PlayStation's history, its legacy, right? With the PS1, the PS2, the PS3, and the PS4. So if Sony were to have some type of big backwards compatibility announcement, I think now would be an ideal time to announce something like that. Now, maybe not. We also do have to understand that this is a absolutely, potentially massive announcement. First of all, we don't even know if this is true. We've just been hearing rumors about it. We don't know if Sony's planning on doing backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 5 beyond PS4. So we can't say for sure. But there have been rumors of it. It has been something that has been talked about for a little while now. And it does seem likely that, where there's smoke, there's fire. And in this case, that fire is that, yeah, the PS5 is going to be backwards compatible with every single generation of PlayStation console. Now, in my opinion, this would be the perfect time for Sony to announce something like this. I mean, it's your 25th anniversary. you need to have as much momentum as possible going into 2020 because people are already tremendously excited for the PlayStation 5 reveal event. And frankly, not many people, I don't think, I could be wrong on this, but I don't think many people are expecting an announcement like this. I don't think many people are expecting at the PlayStation 5 reveal event that's most likely going to happen in February, them to announce full backwards compatibility. Now, maybe they could. If this is something they are working on, maybe that's when they're saving it for. Maybe they're saving it for E3 2020. If Sony's even going to be at E3 2020, which I think it's safe to say that they most likely will be, how could they not be, right? But could we see them actually doing this, revealing something like this, announcing something this massive over the course of this week? I could. I honestly could. Now, I am not expecting it, nor do I want to encourage anybody else to expect it, but that's just basically my bold, ridiculous prediction, right? I know a lot of people are going to just write this off, as they should, because again, it seems just unlikely, but you just can't help but think, like, if Sony was going to announce this, don't you guys agree with me that this would be the time to do it? It's your 25th anniversary. You're literally celebrating PlayStation's legacy, PlayStation's history. Part of that celebration is all of the games that people have played over these 25 years on their PlayStation consoles. What better way to capitalize on a moment like this? Not only do you know going into next gen, going into 2020, than to have a massive announcement like this. Because the truth is, if they don't announce something like this during this time, I don't know what else they could possibly have to say about PlayStation 5 during this time period. If they were going to have anything to say about their next-gen console during their 25th anniversary celebration, I personally think it would have to do something with backwards compatibility. If not, I don't know what else they could talk about without it just seeming a little bit out of place, because again, we know that 2020 is the year of PlayStation 5. We know that they're going to have massive events, and so, you know, there's two questions really. There's three questions. The first question is, will Sony have any big announcements with this 25th anniversary celebration? The second question is the PlayStation 5 going to be fully backwards compatible with PS3, PS2, and PS1 games? And the third question is, if it is, when will they announce it? Well, the whole reason I'm having this conversation is because, well, just to relay to you guys that, yeah, tomorrow's the 25th anniversary. Jim Ryan put out a blog post. Sony is putting some emphasis on this. They're not hyping it up by any means, but we do need to understand that none of the significant information that has come out from Sony this year regarding PlayStation has been hyped up. They didn't let us know, hey guys, be prepared to get some PlayStation 5 information from Wired.com in April or in September, whenever it was, right? I know we got it like in the first half of this year and then the second half, right? They didn't hype that up. They didn't hype up pretty much anything this year, but yet they found a way to just drop these bombshells. Like, remember when Death Stranding's release date was announced? That was just a bombshell out of nowhere, and it was huge. It was absolutely huge because, first of all, nobody was expecting that game to launch this year, and they announced it like pretty much, hey, it's coming out in like 5 to 6 months. Boom, there you go. So it wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, I mean, it would be surprising, but I'm just saying that it would make sense to me if Sony was going to capitalize on this opportunity and say, you know what? Guess what, guys? 25th anniversary. You guys who've stuck with us through PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, we have some great news for you. PS5, fully backwards compatible. We're going to talk more about it when we go into next year, when we fully reveal the PS5, but look forward to it. It is something that's real. It's something that's happening. Be excited about it. I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine the momentum Sony would have going into 2020 if they dropped something like that? Now, I know I'm getting way ahead of myself in this video, and I apologize. I didn't really mean for this video to turn into a backwards compatibility, wishful thinking rant here, but it just, I saw some Twitter posts from PlayStation. I think it was PlayStation's Japan account where they were asking people to vote on which console that people were most fond of or have the best memories with or enjoyed the most. There's just this huge emphasis, guys. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm just seeing this huge emphasis. I mean, I know that this is reaching big time, but it got my mind racing where I pulled up YouTube on my phone and I saw PlayStation Access, that team there took a photo of each of them holding a PlayStation console. Someone was holding a PS1, someone was holding a PS2, a PS3, and a PS4, and it just made me think, like, and they were talking about how they have a big video coming out tomorrow. So I don't know, like, maybe I'm just, like, really getting out of hand here, but I just have this hunch. That there's about to be something huge dropped. Now, I will not be disappointed by any stretch of the imagination if pretty much nothing happens. Just because I have a hunch doesn't mean my expectations are through the roof. I know I get myself worked up in these videos, and I probably in turn get some of you overly worked up, but I just want to reel it in, tell you guys, listen, 25th anniversary of PlayStation, it is a big deal. I would expect a new console, some new themes, some new avatars, maybe, you know, some new merchandise as well. I'm pretty sure they already have merchandise floating around out there, but this could be a big moment as well. I mean, just do not be totally shocked if we get something massive that happens over the next week, because it just seems like now would be the time for something like this to happen. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. I apologize for the amount of rambling and stuff I did in this video. I know that a lot of people are probably like, how can you get this excited over something you're just making up in your head? I don't know. It could be, maybe this is literally all just in my head, but I have this hunch, I have this feeling, and we are going to find out. I will say this, and this is the last thing I want to say in this video. If this big backwards compatibility announcement doesn't happen this week or this month, do not lose hope, okay? Because that absolutely does not mean it might not be a real thing. It doesn't mean that it's canceled or it's not real. No, I'm just saying that this would be a good time for them to do it, but if they don't, there's a good chance they still might do it next year and announce that next year alongside the official PS5 reveal. So that does it for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. Are you expecting anything big with the 25th anniversary celebration, with the award show happening tomorrow? Or do you think it's just going to be smaller announcements and I'm just getting myself way too hyped in this video? Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it or if you appreciate my commentary. It really helps. Lets me know you guys enjoy the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.